In 1010 BC, the first emperor of China died, and the iron grip of his Qin Dynasty shattered along with him. Within 4 short years, the empire fractured into 18 separate kingdoms, each fighting for control of the void left behind. The Qin had built a highly militarized state, leaving a landscape where power was measured strictly in thousands of armed men. With the throne empty, the region descended into a brutal civil war to determine who would control the future of the nation. 2 primary contenders emerged. The first was Xiang Yu. Known as the conqueror of the West, he was the undisputed apex predator of this warring era. Born into the high nobility, his strategy relied on noble pedigree, physical dominance, and keeping his enemies terrified of his absolute authority. His rival was Liu Bang. He was a commoner from a peasant family, a low-ranking village official with no military background. While his opponent led charges on the battlefield, Liu Bang spent his time in a dimly lit tent, listening to the advice of his generals and strategists. By every rule of the ancient world, an invincible, heavily armored aristocrat should have crushed a minor official from a peasant background. Yet that is not how this conflict ended. For 4 years, these men fought a grinding conflict known as the Chu-Han Contention, and almost every time their armies met in open battle, Xiang Yu won. But Liu Bang survived by exercising extreme patience. He understood his own limitations and was willing to delegate control to commanders who were tactically more gifted. The 2 men also treated their conquered territories differently. Xiang Yu used brutal force that alienated the populace, while Liu Bang treated captured people with decency and restraint. Liu Bang recognized that while brute force can secure a piece of land, winning the loyalty of the common people is what actually secures an empire. That strategic patience finally paid off in 202 BC at the Battle of Gaixia. Liu Bang's forces managed to completely encircle Xiang Yu's army. Trapping a military genius is dangerous, and a direct assault would have cost thousands of lives. So, Liu Bang opted for a targeted psychological strike. Hiding in the foggy darkness, he ordered his soldiers to sing the traditional folk songs of Chu, Xiang Yu's homeland. Hearing those familiar melodies echoing through the night, Xiang Yu concluded that his homeland had already fallen to the enemy. Realizing his position was hopeless, the undefeated aristocrat's spirit broke before his body ever did. He took his own life at the banks of the Wu River. Following his victory, Liu Bang took the title Emperor Gaozu and established his new imperial capital at Chang'an. The nation he inherited was fragile. Years of Qin tyranny, followed by a devastating civil war, had left the population exhausted and the farmlands abandoned. Emperor Gaozu focused immediately on domestic healing, slashing taxes, reducing forced labor, and integrating philosophies of restraint into the state. The dynasty survived its earliest years because its founder knew exactly when to put down the sword and implement benevolent governance. The Han Dynasty would rule for 400 years, establishing the political and philosophical framework that governed China for much of the next 2 millennia. Over these centuries, the name Han transitioned from a dynastic label into a unified and enduring cultural identity. Today, 1.4 billion people, the largest single ethnic group on Earth, still call themselves the Han, a direct legacy of the commoner who outsmarted.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to NovaMind for more inspiring thoughts and ideas.